Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. So we are group 7 and we will present our material with the title Achieving Quality Production and Location Decisions. All right, before we start the presentation, let me introduce the member of group 7. The first one is me, Siti as the moderator and the first speaker, and the second one is Siti Fakhira Zahra as the last speaker, and the third one is Yunita Sari as the second speaker. All right, now let's start with the quality production first. Okay, so what is quality mean? What does quality mean? All right, so basically, quality in business means producing a high quality product. However, it is not only to just produce a high quality product. It is important to meet customer expectations, ensuring their satisfaction with the product or service. So, customer satisfaction is essential to retain their loyalty and keep them interested in the future purchases. Therefore, quality is crucial to maintain customer satisfaction and loyalty. All right, next. Okay, now we come to the several reasons. Several reasons about why quality is important. Okay, the first one is to establish a brand new image. Okay, so it means that quality can establish business brand image. So the business will become more competitive in the market and it's gonna be easier to introduce new products. This is because the customers know a business produces good products or services. Okay, the second one is to maintain a good reputation. When customers are satisfied with what they get, they are more likely to come back, buy more, and recommend the product or services to others. So, positive customer experiences contribute significantly to a good reputation. All right, the next is to build brand loyalty. Quality builds customer loyalty. Long-term customer loyalty is more likely when customers are satisfied because a business will continually provide high-quality goods or services. Okay, the next one is to increase sales. Customers are more likely to buy a product without hesitation when they believe that the company always meets customer needs. So it can increase sales. And the last one is the quality can attract new customers. All right, next. So what if quality, okay, sorry. So the next is what will happen if the quality is not maintained. All right, the first one is lose customers. When customers receive products or services that do not meet their expectations or the products or services have problems, it will make the customer disappointed. So they will go to other brands. And the next one is replace faulty products. So the business have to replace faulty products or repeat poor service, which raises costs for the business. And the last one, of course, the business will get a bad reputation. Because of a bad quality of product or services, the customers will tell the others about their experiences. So it will lead to creating bad reputation and also leading to lower sales and profits. Okay, next. So there are several ways to ensure quality good or service production. All right, the first one is quality control. Okay, quality control is the checking for quality of a good or service at the end of the production process. Quality control involves testing units and determining if they are within the specifications for the final product or service. Not only that, in a business may also use a mystery customer for testing out the service to check if the quality is as expected. All right, now we come to the advantages and drawback of quality control. Okay, uh, we will discuss the advantages first. Okay, so the advantages, the quality control eliminate the errors before the product or service is received. So quality control tries to eliminate faults or errors before the customer receives the product. Quality workers, quality workers stand at the end of the production line to check for faults. If they find faulty items of a product, they will remove it and prevent it from being sent to their customers. And the next one is less training for the workers. The workers don't need special or much training to do their task. Therefore, in terms of training costs, quality control is relatively cheaper than quality assurance as less training is required employees. Okay, now for the drawbacks, the first one is quality control is expensive because employees need to be paid to check the product service. This is because the workers are employed and need to be paid. This will add to labor cost. And the second one is the quality control only identifies the fault, but it doesn't find why the fault has occurred. Therefore, this is difficult to remove the problem. And the last drawbacks is production costs will increase if faulty goods have to scrapped or reworked or service have to be repeated. Okay, next, the second one, we have quality assurance to ensure quality. So what is quality assurance? Quality assurance is the checking for quality standards throughout the production process, not only at the end of the production line. So, production process in every single stage must meet standards need. Okay, customer satisfaction is the purpose of quality assurance with the aim of achieving greater sales, increased added value, and increased profit. To implement a quality assurance, several aspects of production have to receive more attention, such as design of the product, components and material used, delivery schedule, after-sales service, and the last one is quality control procedures. Okay, now for the advantages, the quality assurance eliminates faults before the product or service is received. And the second one is fewer customer complaints. And the last one is reduce costs if products do not have to be scrapped or reworked. So, problem at a certain stage of production process can be easily identified and can be solved immediately. This happens because employees are responsible to check for faults in every stage of production. Therefore, production costs can be reduced if fewer products have to scrapped or reworked. And next, for the drawbacks, it is expensive to train employees to work based on the standard set, and this quality assurance relies heavily on employees following instruction of standard set. Okay, now we come to the total quality management. Okay, so total quality management is continuous improvement of products and process by focusing on quality at each stage of production. In total quality management, workers at one stage have to ensure the quality standards are met for the product before they are passed on to the next stage and so on. Quality is maintained throughout production and products are error-free. Therefore, total quality management tries to get it right the first time and not have any defects. Okay, now we come to the advantages. The advantages of total quality management is the first one, quality is built into every part of the production of a product or service and become central to the ethos of all employees. And the next one is total management. Total quality management eliminates all faults before the customer receives the product or service, as it has a right first time approach. And the next one is no customer complaints, so brand image is improved, leading to higher sales. Next, total quality management reduce costs because products do not have to be scrapped or reworked or service repeated. And the last one is removing waste and increasing efficiency. Okay, now we come to the drawbacks. The drawbacks of total quality management is expensive. It is expensive to train employees to check the product or service, and then um, it relies on employees following total quality management ideology. Okay, next. So, how can customers be assured of the quality? All right. To assure product quality, the customer can look for a quality mark on the product like ISO or International Organization for Standardization. This business with these quality marks would have followed certain quality procedures to keep the quality mark. Meanwhile, for services, a good reputation and positive customer reviews are good indicators of the service's quality. Internet sites are useful ways for businesses to gain a good reputation, where customers can put positive reviews on the site. All right, just that's all from me. For the next material will be presented by Yunita Sari. The Yunita Sari, time is yours.
Thank you, moderator, for giving me this opportunity to explain about location decision. Okay, do you know, guys, what is location decision, especially in business? Yeah, location decision in a business are critical strategic choices that can significantly impact the success and the profitability of a company. This decision involves selecting the right geographic location for various aspects of a business, such as headquarters, manufacturing facilities, distribution center, retail outlet, and then offices. And then now, why location decision is important? Because it can affect the company's cost, profit, efficiency, and then the market base it reaches. Okay, let's talk about the factors of affecting the location of manufacturing business. There are several factors. The first one is production method and location decision. When job production is used, the business will operate on a small scale, so the nearness to component and then raw material won't be that important. For flow production, on the other hand, production will on the large scale, will be a huge amount of component and then transport costs will be high. So component need to be close by. Okay, let's move to the second factors. There is market. If the product is a customer good and then perishable, the factories need to be close to the market to sell out quickly before the product got rot or damaged. And then let's talk about the raw material or component. Factories often need to be near place where they can get the raw material they use, especially if the raw material like first fruit for making fruit juice need to be processed quickly while they are still fresh. And then next, let's talk about external economies of scale. A business might choose to be close to other companies that offer service it needs, like companies that install and take care of its factory equipment. Next one, availability of labor. Businesses will need to locate near areas where they can get workers of skill they need in the factory. If lots of unskilled workers are needed in the factory firm located in the area of high unemployment, wage rates also vary by location and firm will want to set up in the location where wage rates are low. Okay, next, a government influence. Sometimes the government offer reward or grant and then money or incentive to business that open in area that need more job, like rural places with a high unemployment. But in some beautiful place, there are rules and limited on starting business, and companies have to think about their rules. Okay. Next, transport and communication. The factories need to be located near areas where there are good road, rail, port, and an air transport system. If goods are to be exported, it needs to be set up near ports. Okay, next, let's talk about the water and power supply. Factories need water and the power to operate, and then reliable and steady supply of both should be ensured by setting up in the areas where they are available. Okay, the last one is climate. Climate not the most important factor, but can influence certain sectors. For example, the dry climate in Silicon Valley is the manufacturing of silicon chips. Okay, let's talk about factors affecting the location of services sector business. There are several factors. The first one is customer. Locating a service sector business near its customer will be especially important for certain types of services. Some businesses, like plumber and then hairdresser, need to be close to where their customers live because they provide services that require in-person visit and quick responses. For example, if your sink is leaking, a nearby plumber can be fixed it fast. But other businesses like online store or call center don't need to be close to the customer. They can serve people from the different places because they use phones or internet. For instance, when you order something in online shop, the company can be a far away and then they will still send it to you. Okay, next, personal preference of the owner. Sometimes where a business is located depends on what the owner likes. Owner often put their business close to where they live because it's convenience for them. The next one is technology. Because of technology, some business like a website designer don't have to be near their customer. They can work from anywhere, even in cheaper areas outside cities or far away, and use their internet or phone to serve their client. It helps them save money on rent. Okay, next, availability of labor. If a service business need a lot of employees, it usually can't be in a remote area. It should be close to big town or city. If it needs specific skilled laborers, it might have to be near where those laborers live. But usually the skilled workers will move closer to the businesses rather than the businesses moving to them. Okay, next, climate. Climates will affect some businesses, particularly if they are linked to tourism in some way. Hotels often need to locate themselves where the climate is good and then near to the beach. Okay, next, near to the other business. It means that service that help big companies with things like equipment repair need to be close by so they can quickly respond when something breaks. And then also another example, bank usually want to be near busy place for the convenience for their customer, but nowadays internet banking has made this less critical because people can bank online from anywhere. Okay, next, rent or taxes. If a business is like a doctor office, dentist, or lawyer does need to be in the busiest part of town, they might choose to set up on the outskirts where rent and taxes are lower to save money. Okay, next, let's talk about the factors of affecting the location of retailing business. There are several factors. The first one is shopper. Most store like busy place, such as shopping malls, because the type of the shoppers and area attract influence which store want to be there. If a store sell expensive item, it want to be where wealthy people shop or rich people. And then if it sells small gift, it might refer an area popular with tourists. Okay, the second factor is nearby shop. Being located to other shops that are visited regularly will also attract attention of customer into the shop. Being near competitor also help keep eyes on the competition and snatch away customers. The third one is customer parking available or nearby. When parking is available nearby, more people will find it convenient to shop in that area. Availability of suitable vacant premises. Obviously, there need to be vacant premises available to set up the business. Vacant premises can also help the business expand their premises in the future. Next, let's talk about rent and taxes. The closer a business is to the center of town, the more it usually costs in rent and taxes. If it's in a popular shopping area, it's in high demand, so the cost is higher. But it's in a less popular area, like the outskirts of town, there is less demand, so the cost is lower. Okay, let's talk about access for delivery vehicle. If the retailer has home delivery services, then delivery vehicle will be required. Next, security. Shops sometimes have a lot of crime and theft. So businesses like to be in the shopping complexes with security guard because it's help keep their store safe. The last one is legislation. Legislation is the law governing companies that companies must follow when they operate. These rules cover things like how businesses treat their employees, pay taxes, protect their ideas and products, keep their environment safe, and then treat customer friendly. If a business don't follow those rules, they can get in the trouble with the law. So It is important for businesses to know and then obey the rules that apply to them. Okay, that's all for me. I give it back to the moderator. Thank you.
Okay, for the last material will be presented by Siti Fakhira Zahra. To Siti Fakhira Zahra, time is yours.
All right, thank you, moderator. Now I will explain about locating in different countries. So many multinational companies have office, factories, service operation, or shops in many different countries, either to expand their business to rapidly growing economies. There are some factors that influence a company decision to locate in a different country. So first is new market overseas. When a company's overseas revenues are steadily increasing, it may elect to relocate closer to these markets rather than transporting its products from its present manufacturing base because it is more cost effective. For instance, is GCB construction, and if the company provides a service, it may be necessary to locate near its customers. The stronger the growth projection in certain market, the more appealing the place for business. And for instance, is Starbucks or in financial services. And next, cheaper or new sources of materials. If a company raw material supply runs out, it must either bring in alternative supplies from elsewhere or relocate to a new location in a country where these materials are more easily obtained. It may also be less expensive to use raw materials at their source rather than more them to another country for processing. Next, difficulties with the labor force and wage cost. When a company pay expenses continue to rise in a given country, the option is to migrate overseas to minimize wage costs. Many Western companies have moved their production units to developing countries where wages are substantially lower. And for instance, is Vietnam for textile products. Next, rents or taxes consideration. If other expenditures such as rent and taxes continue to rise, the company may decide to immigrate to a country where these costs are lower. Next, availability of government grants and other incentives. The government might want to encourage foreign businesses and set up business in their country in order to attract investment and job prospect. They may be willing to provide grant, lower taxes, or other incentive to businesses in order to get them to relocate to their country rather than elsewhere. Government support this because business will create jobs, train new skills, and bring technology into the economy. Next, trade and tariff barriers. If there exists trade obstacles such as tariff, a tax on imported goods, or quotas, a limit on the number of import of a specific good, then locating in that country will remove those restrictions. For instance, the investment by Japanese car companies in Europe in order to get around the European Union's strict quotas for the import of cars. Next, we will talk about the role of legal controls on location decision. Firms' decision on business location significantly impact profitability. Managers prioritize factors like land cost, proximity to transport, customer service, and worker availability. Government influence this location decision to ensure businesses remain competitive and profitable, and here are two reasons. The first reason is to encourage business to set up and expand in areas of high unemployment. And the second is to discourage firms from locating in overcrowded areas on sites which are noted for their natural beauty. And next, the government frequently employs two types of tactics to influence where firms located. First is planning regulation will legally limit the types of business activities that can be carried out to particular location. For example, a company that wants to build a factory in a residential areas may be denied planning authorization. As a result, no company can be established in residential areas. And the next is government over grants or subsidies to business in order to get them to locate in undeveloped areas of the country. The support could take the shape of cash grant, such as a non-repayable amount of money paid to a business to locate in a specific area, or business subsidies, for instance, is consider low rental factories. All right, that's all from me. Back to the moderator.
All right, thank you, Siti Fakhira, for explaining the material. So this is the end of our presentation. Um, thank you guys for your nice attention. So if you have any question, you can ask us um, in the class. Okay? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.